Picture this scenario. One day, a planet in your solar system, let's take Venus for example, suddenly just explodes. Apparently, this happened for no reason, and there just doesn't seem to be any outside force that could have been behind this. Of course, this doesn't stop a third of your population to hop onto a spaceship, head over to Mars for safety reasons because the conspiracy nuts think that it may happen again. Subsequently, they arrive on that barren, barely livable rock, and whilst they're cool with you being around, they're rather skeptical of anything that may be out there. Welcome to Fear of the Dark, the Dark Force theory-inspired origin that is part of the First Contact expansion. Now, this particular start has a few challenges associated with it. It's not really a quote-unquote challenging origin per se. However, you do start off with a third of your population living on a completely different planet that you do not control because they're essentially pre-FTL primitives. That does not mean that your partner empire on the planet of Haven, as they are called in this particular case, are completely useless. They give you a ton of interesting bonuses as well as challenges during standard gameplay. Plus, your society has a massive advantage understanding the mysteries of the universe by having additional bonuses to finding anomalies and researching them. But how do you play this scenario? How does it function and what can you expect? Well, it is very straightforward. As an empire, Fear of the Dark plays very similarly to a normal type, except that you are on the back foot straight away due to the fact that you're missing a part of your population. And whilst your relationship with the other empire is tenuous as best, they do give you a bunch of different bonuses throughout the game. They come in the form of sharing technologies, usually at a price, lending you scientists, an admiral, or sometimes gaining certain resources if you are in a deficit, and even in war, they will help you out. They will also promptly deploy cloaked fleets all over the place to defend the star system that you're in. However, considering they are extremely xenophobic, they will absolutely hate everything that you do when it comes to interacting with other aliens. First Contact, they hate it. Migration Treaty, it's a fifth column ready to undermine society. Gaining a subject, well, before you know it, they'll try to stab you in the back. You find a large space creature, it's a demon from the stars. You join the Federation, they are Xeno scum, how could you join them? Go for a species ascension, how could you defy your pure bodies like that? And so on. Long story short, unless you go to war with Xenos, they generally be deeply displeased with you. Now, we're about to get into spoiler territory here, so feel free to jump to this time code if you want to keep that fresh. Okay, so Haven are a bunch of friggin' lunatics. First Contact will cause some serious issues because they will send a fleet, yes, Haven will send a fleet to blow up a station on the border between yours and the aliens and dump you straight into a total war scenario. As one may expect, this is not optimal and you can try to stop this. However, Haven will be pissed because the Xeno is clearly after them. On top of that, there's also a chance that Haven was totally right and the Xenos will blow up one of your stations, which is of course problematic because now you're in the fight for your life. On the other hand, they will join you, as in Haven, which is kind of helpful in that case. 5 corvettes. In the end, however, the xenophobes were, of course, completely right. And somebody was out there to get you. Some outside force destroyed that planet in your solar system, and now it's time to figure out who it did. Long story short, you'll find them nearby, devolved into primitives with a giant gun that's pointed straight at your homeworld, and it looks like these guys were also a bunch of xenophobes and really embraced the concept of shooting first and asking questions later. Essentially, they built a cannon that shoots tungsten bullets at near light speed in case, well, if you know anything about physics, that can really ruin somebody's day. Anyway, they are primitive, so they don't really are all that problematic anymore, so you don't really have to worry too much about them. You are then, of course, presented with two options. You can, as Haven will ask you to, kill them all, and then Haven will join you, embrace the Dark Forest, and become a Fanatic Purifier. Yes, you can become a Fanatic Purifier with all the bells and whistles that come with that, and the entire galaxy will instantly disown you, basically. Or you let the aliens that tried to shoot you at first, let them live, and you can observe them for a bonus down the line. Regardless of what you choose, as soon as this finishes, you will find out that the Lightspeed gun has fired a bullet at your homeworld, and that you've been given a couple of options to deal with it. Do the missions, save your homeworld, play the rest of the game. You will need to get a construction ship, a science ship, a bunch of science, and everything will be fine. There's a little situation for it. It's not really all that distressing. Now, if you've gone down the path of Let Them Live, Haven will still be part of the game, giving you bonuses, terraforming their world slowly over time, and still being a bunch of xenophobic primitives, as you do, or they could join you as you become a Fanatic Purifier, etc. Now, after a long enough time, if you left the primitives from before alive, they'll eventually become a space-sparing species yet again, apologize, and offer to join your empire. On top of that, this will give you a very, very special modifier, which gives you an additional civic slot. I wish I was kidding. It will give you an additional civic slot, which is one of the biggest bonuses you can give a player. It is absolutely insane how strong an additional civic slot is. So much better than becoming a Fanatic Purifier, where you try to speed run the rest of the galaxy. You can also send them on their merry way, making you the best of friends, but who in their right mind would ignore an additional civic slot? In the end, Fear of the Dark can be a very uplifting story about overcoming your differences, or one that's all about total annihilation of everything that is not you, because you can embrace the xenophobic. You get to choose what path you take. So what will you do? Let me know down in the comments below. In the meantime, though, feel free to check out this other video about Stellaris First Contact. It's the review, whether or not you should buy it. If you're watching this video, you probably have a good idea, but, you know, maybe you're having buyer's remorse or something along those lines. Click on the video image in front of you, and it will go straight there. It does help out the channel immensely. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to my patrons, and until next time, take good care of yourselves. And, as always, let's be xenophobic. It is really in this year.